Yes, your boy Paulo. I'm here with Ace Boog, Carolina Kingz Radio. It goes down like this. Lloyd Banks is in the studio with us right now. What is, man?
Yeah. What's up, brother?
What's poppin', homie?
Chillin', man. Just happy to be back around. Happy to be seen.
Okay, yeah. We glad you back on the scene, man. I mean, I know you wasn't far gone, but you back. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got the Hunger for More 2 dropping on November 22nd.
Yeah.
What can we expect from that CD, man?
Well, you know, it's been 6 years since my first album, which was The Hunger for More, and it's basically a continuation of that project. It's you know, 6 years is a long time for somebody who's been in the studio consistently, you know, maybe 3-4 times out the week. So I think overall they're gonna notice the growth first. My wordplay has stepped up, you know, amazingly since that time. I think when I first came in, I was put in the bracket of a witty punchline rapper, you know, and now I'm a little more broad and you know, I definitely think they're gonna receive this album well. It's like basically on Hunger for More on crack.
Okay, dang, well, that's, you gonna keep the fiends coming in, man, because, I mean, down in the South, you know, it ain't always known as just being, you know, lyrical, punchlines, but, I mean, I can remember when you first came out, I was in high school, and, I mean, everybody was like, yo, Lloyd Banks, Banks, you know what I'm saying, like, all my cousins was like, yo, I don't care about none of these other New York rappers, it's Lloyd Banks, G-Unit, you know what I'm saying, so you released 2 singles from the Hunger for More. You got Any Girl featuring Lloyd, and you got Beamer Benz a Bentley with Jewels. Now, whose idea was it to put Lloyd Banks and Lloyd on a track together?
Yeah, well, you know, I was overseas when Beamer Benz was circulating. I had to go overseas, a European tour, the day after I released it. So I dropped Beamer Benz a Bentley in February, and I didn't come back until a month and a half later. And when we were sizing up the next single, it was gonna be Any Girl. We didn't know who we were gonna get on it. And then the record leaked out with me singing the part that Lloyd is singing.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. That's what it is.
With that happening at that time, it was an urgency. I had to get it done immediately. You know, so before they take to the record that leaked out with me, I didn't want them to get used to that. So I called up Lloyd, and he flew out from Atlanta to New York, and he laid his portion of the record down in about 15-20 minutes. He was independent at the time too, so it was like something that I knew could happen immediately. It wasn't anything to stop it, no label politics. I was independent, he was too. He got a track record at the same time. You know, he always made good music. I've always been a fan of his music, and even though he was tied into what Murder Inc. was doing at that time, he came when it started to slow down.
Okay.
He wasn't there in the mix when like Ashanti was getting the disses too, like he wasn't there, so it wasn't no funny energy, and he came through.
Yeah, this business, it's all love, you know what I'm saying. So was that the first joint y'all did together?
That was the first record we done together, and then
the way to start it.
We got another record also on his album. It's called Forever too.
Oh man, that's what's up, man. We ready to hear that.
Yeah.
Now the Beamer Benz a Bentley.
Yeah.
Everybody had a remix to Beamer Benz a Bentley. Everybody.
Yeah.
If you could pick, because I know you done heard the majority of it, if not all.
Yeah.
If you could pick 2 people who did a cover to your Beamer Benz a Bentley joint, who would you say had the hardest? Who went the hardest?
Wow. I heard so many of them. Back home, Joel Ortiz's version was playing a lot. He had the Nissan and the Chevy one.
Yeah.
That played like, you know, every 10 minutes on the radio. So I would have to put that one up there, and I like what Fab did to it.
I was about to say Fab. That was my top, because when I actually first heard the song, I don't know who did it, but they put Fab on the joint with y'all boys.
Okay.
So I figured that was, you know what I'm saying, the main song. Didn't even know.
Fab did that. He called me and told me he was gonna do it, because I was overseas, and like I said, I couldn't feel the response for the record.
Okay, you wasn't over here, yeah.
This joint is crazy. I gotta do it now. You know what I mean? And Mano did one that was dope too. It was so many of them, man. I heard Warren G. I heard the Jamaican version, the Japanese version.
And then I heard it was on one mixtape. I heard it. They just let all of them just run together.
All the way through.
Like a 20-minute song.
It was cool. At the end of the day, man, it's one thing to be respected by who you expect to respect you, as far as your core following, people who take a liking to your music. It's another thing for your peer, you know, the people who you're competitive with, to come out and then do their rendition. It's just a way to show you that they appreciate the song.
True that. So, Hunger for More 2, what kind of features can we expect on this CD?
Man, I got everybody from Eminem's on the project.
Wow.
I got Kanye West, of course, Fabulous is on the project. Styles P, Raekwon.
You took it back.
Pusha T, Akon is on there, Ryan Leslie's on there, Lloyd, Joel Santana, Jeremiah, 50 of course, RAIO's on the project.
Okay.
Yeah, so we pretty much touching every mood on this joint, and you know, I made this album, I put it together from the fans' perspective.
Okay.
You know, when I heard Sooner or Later, I heard Raekwon. You know what I mean? So it's no hesitation. Make the phone call. Let's make it happen. You know, I heard Pusha T on Home Sweet Home. Let's call Pusha. Let's get it going. You know, opposed to just trying to just give him a body of work, but it's all me. I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. I'm doing it because 10 months ago, people didn't think I was gonna have another album. You know, people doubted me. So with that being said, I want to capitalize on this time. I want to do the things, everything that I couldn't do now, because you're not guaranteed another album.
You got a roster on your CD, man. I'm telling you. Now I know you gotta get going. I know you pressed for time, but one more question.
Okay.
What's up with another Beg for Mercy from G-Unit, man?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's crazy. We got about, probably about 14 to 15 records already recorded, like to the side, because when we was in the zone making the mixtapes back and forth, we never stopped. And I don't know, man. You know what it is with 50, like. I can't remember the last time we did 12 records, and that was the 12 we used, you know, so that 12 is basically a sacrifice, you know, that's just to get us in the zone. Most of it goes to mixtapes, and then we get in there. We recorded Beg for Mercy within maybe a week time.
Oh, man.
You know, in the 12 months.
So,
yeah, it doesn't really take much with us, you know. I don't believe in dwelling on a record and just holding it like it's your girl and all that. Let's make it, go to the next one, go to the next one. Yeah, but I think that ultimately the goal would be for me to establish myself again, and have a successful album, and then Tony Ayo, and then 50 individually, and then form.
Okay. Feel the anticipation and all that.
Opposed to doing it backwards. Like don't do the group album to better your solo. Let's establish that solo artist, and then make the group even bigger when we come together.
Strategy though.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope though. I tell you that.
I already know. The first one, I mean, playing it back to back to back. You know what I'm saying?
Which opened up the doors for my solo. That's another thing, you know. So for anybody, whoever says anything negative about 50 Cent, you got to realize that after his first solo album, that sold 11 million records.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been mad if he went to Get Rich or Die Part 2 or whatever it was. He didn't do that. He went straight to the group album. The label was pissed at him.
That's love though.
And after that, he went straight to my album, and then straight to Buck. So 3-4 albums dropped before his next one dropped, which you can't say for any other rapper that you've seen coming into the industry.
Yeah.
You know, so.
That's what it is, man. Well, you know, we appreciate you coming to rock with the Carolina Kingz, man.
Likewise.
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody that's rocking with us right now. Y'all make sure y'all get at us, 803-536-8196. It's Apollo, Ace Boog. I'm gone.
Yeah.